The Presidential Campaign Council of the Labour Party LP has officially flagged off his campaign in Lafia, the capital of Nasarawa State. The Labour Party team was welcomed by a huge crowd at the state capital as the party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, and other party leaders addressed supporters. Obi told the crowd that Aso Rock is a seat of power for energetic and vibrant people to live and tackle the huge problems facing Nigeria, and not a retirement home for the aged, sick, or tired persons.
Obi told the crowd that himself and his running mates are like all well-meaning Nigerians and that they will not loot the nation's treasury if elected. The Labour Party's candidate, who called for a minute of silence for all those who died from flood disasters across Nigeria, prayed for the repose of the souls and for those facing a hardship as a result of it. Well, he charged the youths and people of Nasarawa State to vote for the Labour Party for a better future. In the meantime, the leadership of the Labour Party is appealing to its members and well-meaning Nigerians to assist financially to drive its campaigns for the 2023 general elections. National Chairman of the party, Julius Abure, made the appeal during the inauguration of the party's Presidential Campaign Council in Abuja. Well, according to him, shortage of funds will pose a major threat to the success of the Labour Party in the 2023 polls.
Nigerians are expecting that we'll be able to lead them to victory come 2023. And that has entrusted on you and to us that huge responsibility to do what we need to do in order to see the party to victory and its candidate next year. Presidential election is expensive. It's very costly. Our slogan is that we don't give shishi. But this time around, we have to look for money. The presidential candidate cannot fund the campaigns alone. The presidential candidate doesn't have the money to fund the campaigns alone. The greatest challenge we are likely to have in this campaign is with funding. He cannot fund presidential election alone. And therefore, all of us in this council have the responsibility to join hands with him, join hands with the party, to see how we can raise funds for this campaign.
All right, we have in the studios now the National Chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, to tell us more about the flag-off in Nasarawa State and other issues in the Labour Party. Very warm welcome to Newsnight. I can see you got smiles etched on your face about this shishi you don't give and the rest. I wonder how did you get the campaign, off the grounds then?
Start by appreciating Arise for your support and for having me in the studio this evening. I have maintained.
No, let it be known that Arise didn't give you any money, didn't contribute a dime, to the flag off of your campaign. Just, bringing you here to talk about your parties.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Great.
That's what I mean by appreciating the support so far. We're in Lafia, like you have seen the visuals, and as usual, Labour Party is a party for the people, it's a party for the grassroots. One of the reasons why we'll be having challenges in the country, why we have this failed leadership, successive failed leadership over the years in the country, is because we've never had a party that is driven by the people. We've always had parties that is driven by money bags. And it has always been our dream, especially for those of us who are grassroots oriented and who have a background from the labor movement. It is always better to have a party that is driven by the people. Because we believe that it is only when you have a party that is driven by the people, funded by the people, that you can truly and really have people who have competence, who have capacity, who will be able to drive the process of development for the country, because we believe that he who plays the piper dictates the tune.
Right.
And therefore, when you have money bags in the political party that funds the party, they dictate who becomes candidate to the party. And therefore, they become rubber stamp when they are in office. And then dance to the tune of those who have appointed or appointed them to hold those offices. And this is one of the narratives that the Labour Party has tried to change.
Talking about narratives, as it stands right now, we're yet to get a manifesto, an official manifesto, concerning what you plan to do for Nigerians. And one wonders, what is the central message? Let's start from there, that you're anchoring this campaign on.
Well, I'll go straight to the messages and then deal with the surrounding issues later. First, we have said that we are going to deal with the issue of security squarely, because without security...
How many cardinal points are you...
We are looking at seven. Seven cardinal points.
Go on.
Yes. So, security is key, because we believe that you can't achieve economic development without security. Therefore, security is number one. And we're also looking at unity of the country, because we believe that at this time of our nation, the country is heavily divided along religious line, along ethnic line. And we have a lot of tribal sentiment, and a lot of people don't see themselves as Nigerians. They see themselves from their ethnic affinities. And we feel that for us to be able to bring people to drive the process of development and growth for the country, they must see themselves first as Nigerians. And therefore, we'll be talking about the unity of the people, because we believe that without unity, there's nothing you can really do about growth and development. And then we are looking at the economy, that we must move the economy from being a consumption economy to a productive economy. And that means that labor is key to every productive activity. And of course, when you have labor as a key factor in a productive activity, then of course, you must talk about education, which has to do with human capital.
Okay. So it's a lot of talk right now, but Nigerians still want to know when we'll get that manifesto.
Yes,
but aside from that, you talk about labor, so that takes me to my next question. Is the Nigerian Labour Congress with you in this campaign? I ask this because I do remember Ayuba Wapa, the president of NLC, has pulled out of your campaign council, and even the TUC man equally did the same. So, we speak of labor. Well,
they have not pulled out. Ayuba Wapa nominated his general secretary, Imam Baja, to replace him. Of course, you know that Ayuba Wapa is the president of, we call him global president. He represents, is the president of all workers across the world, and therefore he may not have the time to be able to follow us in this campaign, and therefore he nominated the General Secretary of NSC, Ayuba Wapa, Imam Baja, as a replacement. The president of TUC is there fully. He's a member of the campaign council. He's a member of the advisory council of the campaign. TUC did not pull out. Today, he was represented by Martin, who is a General Secretary of one of the unions, who spoke on behalf of the union. We had nominations from NLC and TUC into the campaigns council. The NLC gave us five members from each state that formed the campaign council, and TUC did the same. So they are integral part of this campaign, and even in the manifesto, the Labour Charter of Demand, the NLC Charter of Demand, and the one proposed by TUC are subsumed together in the manifesto.
Let's quickly look at the thorny issue of fuel subsidy removal, to be or not to be, and the position of organized labor, which is part of your political party. How do you reconcile this? Is the Labour Party going to, tangle or get entangled with the tiger still here? Mm-hmm. Will the Labour Party go for the jugular and remove fuel subsidy?
Well, the position of the NLC is clear. The subsidy payment is a child of circumstance, number one, and has become a major source of fraudulent activities, like we can see. The Nigerian Labour Congress believes that once you refurbish our refineries, or you have modular refineries that refine fuel for local consumption, then you don't need subsidy. But so long as you don't make that provision, it becomes mandatory for you to make provision for subsidy. And therefore, for us in Labour Party, we believe very strongly that we don't just need to work on the existing refineries, that we need to build new ones and refine products locally for local consumption. It is ironic, it is a paradox that as an oil producing country, we export our crude at a ridiculously low price, and then import finished product with all the attendant costs.
I guess the big question would be, yes, even though your presidential candidate says he will remove it, Labour Party is refusing for subsidy to be removed because it says the hardship on Nigerians will be a lot. But we'll wait and see when that comes up. But as we get ready to wrap up this conversation, I'm sure you must have seen this Fetch Solutions assessment on who is going to win. They are touting the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, to win. Even though Peter Obi was mentioned, he says, but he would not win, despite some polls predicting that he would emerge president. Your reaction to that?
Well, time will tell. People can speculate. People can do their assessment from their point of view. But it's very clear that from the mood of the people, that the people are tired. And I think that if you have tried the product for many years and it's not working out, it's only fair and proper that you change that product. I don't think that Nigeria is willing and ready to continue with the product of APC and PDP, because it has not taken Nigeria anywhere. The result we have had over the past 20 years is the answers are clear: insecurity, hunger, poverty, unemployment, division in the country, flooding everywhere, and it's ridiculous. And I'm very sure that Nigerians are not interested in continuing with that bad product.
Well, it's still
the best product for now is Labour Party.
It's still a long race from now. February is still a long way, and of course, when you talk about paucity of funds, we'll leave that and see how you go about raising all the, finances, all the funds.
Well-meaning Nigerians will support us, and we already have the promises to that.
It's all right. The Nigerians that are already, highly impoverished too. It's okay. Well, thanks so very much, Julius Abure. Is the national chairman, the Labour Party, for coming on Newsnight.